think the things you want to do through, say a short prayer and do what you are meant to do. Forget about the negativity, forget about the thoughts, forget about what you think people are thinking. Because the truth is, nobody even cares about you that much. Everybody is battling their own stuff. So the truth is, I look calm, I pray, I go to work, I post content, I smile majority of the time. But the truth is that my mind sometimes it's just won't rest. That's the truth. Anxiety is the weirdest thing because the truth is, on the outside, you look good. On the outside, people are seeing you as being confident. On the outside, people are seeing you as owning your stuff together, gaining control, and being able to handle your. But inside, your thoughts are racing. What if I fail? What if this doesn't work? What if people don't understand? What if people are laughing at me? What if people are mocking me? What ifs and what ifs? But the truth is that physically, nothing is happening. None of those things are happening. But your body is feeling it. Your body is succumbing to what your mind is thinking. Once upon a time, I was caught so deep in this world of anxiety because I compare myself. I'm overthinking every small thing. I'm comparing my yesterday, my today, and sometimes I start feeling guilty. As a Christian, I am a Christian, asking myself, is this right? Feeling guilty is bad, and I start overthinking the fact that I'm overthinking as a Christian. I don't know if that makes sense. Everything just got all muddled up. The worst part of this is that sometimes it also affects your confidence, affects the things you're meant to do. It makes you shrink yourself. It makes you second guess yourself. It makes you just box yourself. That is what anxiety can do. And trust me when I see this, if you're going through this, you're not just the only one going through this. There are a lot of us out there. Some of us are trying to contain it. Some of us are managing it. But I'm here to extend the hand to you to let you know that it is okay to feel these things. It is okay. That is what makes you human. The best part is okay, you've realized, you're self-aware that you're going through this. The next step is to start fixing it. The next step is to start controlling it. The next step is to start managing it so that it doesn't ruin your life. So let me bring myself out there. For now, I used to feel like I'm a Christian, then why am I feeling anxious? Why am I battling anxiety? Does that mean that I don't trust God enough? This is the question I used to ask myself before now. But the truth is, anxiety isn't a lack of faith. It is a human nervous system response, all right? So if you're going through this, instead of trying to like question your faith or question your trust in God or question your Christianity, how about you start thinking about the best simple way on how to fix this, on how to overcome and control it. You are human. It is okay to feel these things. All right. The truth is that anxiety feeds on your uncertainty, and your 20s and 30s are filled with uncertainties. You're thinking about your marriage. You're thinking about money. You're thinking about purpose. You're thinking about your identity. You're thinking about your family. You're thinking about your next line of action. You're thinking about everything. So this is where the anxiety tries. Your uncertainty, your 20s and your 30s, you're trying to figure out your life. Because why not? Your mind at this phase is trying to control everything, and you can't control everything. That is the lie you tell yourself that makes you get trapped in the web of uncertainty. You are trying to control everything. You're living the future instead of living the present. So in this video, I'll be sharing 4 steps that I've used to bring my anxiety. I won't call it mine, it's not mine. So I'll be sharing 4 steps that I've used so far to control this anxiety issue because it is an issue that I will never wish on anyone in as much as it's a human thing. But then again, controlling it makes life easier, alright? So you don't just leave it alone or let it thrive, then eventually you find yourself battling with anxiety disorder. That is something you don't want to be in. That is something you don't want to get yourself into. So without much further ado, let's just dive right into the video. So the first step on how to bring your anxiety under control is you need to name it. You need to name what you are battling. So I was watching a movie one day about sci-fi, spiritual kind of movies, right? And they're talking about if they get to name a demon, then the demon will lose its hold. So also, when you get to name something, at least you know that okay, this is the issue and this is what I'm trying to battle, right? So instead of always saying I am stressed, I have anxiety or things like that, how about you tell yourself I am anxious right now, I need to calm down, all right, think things through. and get back again and do what I am meant to do. Because when you are calmer, you'll be able to take better actions, you'll be able to take better decisions, you'll be able to think better, so you'll be able to do things right and in order when you are calm. So ensure that you are given the right names to the things that you are facing. Stop caging yourself with negative terms, negative words, and things like that. It is okay to be anxious right now. It is okay to be nervous right now, but you are not stressed. Stop always boxing yourself with the negativity of I am stressed, I am stressed, I am stressed. So the second step is that you need to start separating the fact from the fear. Separate the truth from the fear. You need to start asking yourself, what is the issue right now? What is those things that I can control? What can't I control? Leave those things that you can't control and do the things that you can control. Because the truth is, this anxiety stem up from our imaginations, all of those unnecessary thoughts that is going on in your head, all of those things that are not happening now. And before you know it, your body start responding to the negative things you're thinking, to your negative imaginations. All right. Learn to separate the things you're scared of from the reality. Let's say you're meant to address a crowd and you're thinking all of the things, so they'll laugh at me, they'll mock me, I won't present right. How about you focus on the fact that I have something to say? These people are seated here to listen to what I want to say because I have something to say. So instead of thinking about what they are going to think about the fears, the imaginations, the negative things, how about you focus on what you are meant to say? You will be surprised at the good results that you're going to get. Because the truth is, when you start thinking so much about the negativity, it rewires your mind, your body language, and everything, and you end up fumbling. These people, they came to sit down to listen to you because you have something of value to give. So you just start seeing yourself in that authority that I have something to give. That is why they are here to listen to you. All right. So try as much as you can to separate the fact, the truth from your fear. Stop mixing your fear and the truth together. It doesn't always go well. That is the major cause of anxiety. And before you know it, you are second guessing yourself. Before you know it, you're battling things you're not meant to battle. Trust me, these are very simple. Okay, let's not say simple. These are steps that you can take that will change the whole narrative for you. It won't be easy, especially if you've been battling anxiety for the longest time, but with intentional effort, you find yourself becoming your best you. You find yourself controlling this nervous breakdown. You find yourself controlling this anxiety. All right. So the third step is ensure that you regulate before you rationalize. Okay. Because the truth is, no matter how you think about it, you can never think clearly in a flight or fight mode. You can never think clearly when you're like anxious or trying to like battle all of those imaginations in your head. All right. So ensure that you regulate your emotions before you start trying to like leave out the things that you're thinking that are not real. Take a slow pace, calm your nerves, calm your mind, shut all of those noise in your head. Think the things you want to do through, say a short prayer and do what you are meant to do. Forget about the negativity, forget about the thoughts, forget about what you think people are thinking. Because the truth is, nobody even cares about you that much. Everybody is battling their own stuff. Everybody is thinking about themselves. So all of those things you're conjuring, they are all in your head. So you need to leave your head. Leave your head and focus on reality. Leave your head and focus on the present. Okay? Try as much as you can to be calm because you can never function properly in a flight or fight mode. The first step you can start taking to control this anxiety is stop trying to eliminate it. The truth is, I see people say this a lot. I see people say this a lot, but you can never cure anxiety. I'm sorry to break it to you, but you can never. It is not something that you kill. It is something that you manage. It is something that you try as much as you can to control. Even the best of us feel it. Even those top great speakers that you know, those big brands, those big names that you know, they feel this thing sometimes. The only difference between you and them is that they control it. All right, they don't let it control them. That is what you need to learn. That is the tactics you need to learn. Trust me when I say this changed everything for me. When I changed my mindset from trying to cure it, so I was like, instead of trying to cure these things, how about I just try to manage it? How about I try to control it? Because what you gain control over will lose control over you because you have gained dominance. So you control how your body reacts to it. Even the best of us have anxiety. Anxiety visits most often than not. The only difference is you are controlling it. So that is the mindset you'll be going with going forward. Controlling this anxiety and not trying to cure it, not trying to fix it, not trying to cure to control it. That is what makes the difference. This is your nervous system reaction. So you can't say you can cure your nervous system reaction, but you can control your nervous system reaction. I don't know if that makes sense, all right? So another step, this is a bonus step. Trust me, this is actually very important, especially if you're a Christian. Ensure that you pray about this. Ensure that you pray about everything. Ensure whenever the thoughts comes, when you're trying to like routine things, pray about it. Pray about everything. Trust me when I say this, prayer works. I will try as much as I can not to sound religious, but trust me, prayer is the master key. Pray about it. And I know one thing that is actually and I know one thing that is actually very certain. God comes through when you pray. Most of the tips, majority of the steps that I shared today came through God leading me on how to do this right, to do this week, stop trying to cure it, try to manage, steps like that. They came from God. Yeah. So try as much as you can to ensure that you pray about everything. Pray without ceasing. Okay? So the summary of this is if you're battling anxiety, if you're at a stage where you're overthinking everything and you're thinking I'm alone, I'm this, I'm that, you are not alone. There are a lot of us out there that are battling anxiety. It's just that most people don't come out to say it. 90% of humans are battling anxiety. The only difference is that most of them are controlling theirs, and that is what you need to do. You notice that controlling yours. Okay, so you're not broken, you're not faithless, you're not weak, you're just navigating a lot, and it is okay. That is what makes you human. You are human. The only difference is that you're controlling it. So you need to learn to start controlling the anxiety so that it doesn't control you. Because when it starts controlling you, you start messing up a lot of things. You start living below what you're meant to be. Okay, going forward, you're going to be making a resolution that we won't be running away from anxiety anymore. Never. It's not going to be taking dominance over it. Rather, we will be facing it and dealing with it. We'll be learning how to control it going forward. That is a resolution you need to make within yourself and tell yourself that you need to intentionally do. Okay? So this is where we'll be wrapping it up for today. Thank you so very much for listening to this very moment. If this resonates with you, please do subscribe to the channel. This is a safe space where young adults. So this is a safe space where young and confused young adults like you and I come together to grow. It is a community of people that want to grow, right? So my name is luchisam and this is luchisjournal. Please stay subscribed to the family. It is a great time on this platform. Trust me, I said that. I post every week. I post a video every week and short videos every other day. All right. So we're going to be seeing you on our next move. And until then, please do what to take care of yourself. To this.